TSU head coach Reggie Barlow, his team coming off a loss at UT Martin this past week. This week they're home. Gardner Webb is the opponent on Saturday afternoon. So, coach, some thoughts on your team, and we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, we had a chance to travel down to Martin to compete against those guys. Really a nice um, atmosphere there, nice stadium, and obviously they do things the right way there. And had a chance to go down there the first half. I mean, they were, we knew that they would run the ball. They had a lot of success running the ball the first half. I thought second half adjustments that our defensive guys made allowed us to be a little bit better in the running game. Still sputtered from an offensive standpoint, but still believe in these guys, still appreciate the energy and the effort in which they went out and competed with. Game didn't end like we wanted it to end, but as we mentioned, really proud of our guys and how they competed and kind of stayed in the fight throughout the game. So, looking forward to this week. Obviously, another home game for us, Nissan Stadium. It's always great to go play in there. Gardner Webb, a lot of respect for them. They're, scoring a lot of points. Pennington is a good quarterback that's doing some good things with his arms and his legs for that team. They got a two-head monster running the ball. Just a real solid team that has continued to get better throughout the season. Playing with a lot of confidence and looking forward to going up and playing against those guys on this weekend.
Thanks, coach. Appreciate the opening remarks. Mike Organ is on with us. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Coach, this has been your first trip through the OVC. You've seen it from afar or uh, before you went to the UFL. But what have you found in this conference? Is it as tough as you expected it to be? And what are the caliber of teams, caliber of competition that you've come across?
Yeah, I think obviously early on my knowledge of the OVC, being from Alabama, and knowing when Jacksonville State was in this conference, and some of the other teams, I can't name all of them, but I knew it was a really strong conference. And then, of course, changes happen, people leave and that type of stuff, and you add new teams to it. But it's really been a joy for me. Obviously, the outcome of our games haven't been what we want it to be, but I love this conference. I think there's some really good coaches here in this conference. The talent level is up to par in this conference, and it's just it's a good brand of football, and it's really what I was looking for, hoping for, to be involved with a good university, to be in a good conference that the brand of football is really good. So, like I said, things hadn't always ended like we wanted it in the games, but just going up against these teams and these coaches has been really cool.
And my only other question would be, you've struggled on offense. What do you do at this stage to try to ignite something to maybe end the season on an uptick? Is there anything left you can do offensively as a coaching staff?
Yeah, there's always things to do. We just got to be creative. We know where we are and what we have, and just trying to put um, our guys in the best situation to be able to go out and display the talent that they have. And that's the collaboration of our offensive guys getting together and coming up with you know more about players than plays, and putting those guys in situations that will allow them to be effective. We've had our lumps, but there again, those guys, it's hard to see that you're getting better when you're not winning. But O line wise, running backs, quarterbacks. I mean, offensively, receivers. I mean, there's guys that are getting better have gotten better throughout the course of the season, and we're going to keep pouring into them. That's the important part. That's the fun part that we get to do, is continue to pour into these guys, and we'll keep doing that.
Okay, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Coach, I know you had a nice generous role, but your punter had an 82-yard punt, which was a TSU record and tied the OVC Big South record. Just have you seen an 82-yard punt before? And just like, what did you see out of that play?
Yeah, I actually saw one when I was playing for the Jaguars, and I think the Steelers or somebody, and man, Tom Coughlin got in my butt for uh, not catching the ball. But no, man, Mark is man. He's so good. I mean, he's a really good punter. We ask a lot of him. We don't want to punt the ball in the middle of the field, that type of stuff. He's done a really good job of putting the ball over on the numbers. To not give returners. He's good returners. We don't want them to have the ball in the middle of the field. So he's done a good job. I mean, I think there was one game when he might have had 5 inside the 10 or something like that. So he's done a good job for us. Happy for him. OVC Player of the Week. I'm Special Team Player of the Week. So, kudos to him. He's done a good job. And Coach Cruzy, our Special Teams Coordinator, he does a good job of communicating the plan and what we're looking for those guys. And we're happy to have Mark as our punter.
I think we've talked about him before, but James Stewart had 9 tackles, sack and a half. Just maybe a little bit more in him and what you've seen now that we're this far into the season.
And Jay Stewart is a football player. Um, you know, Seeing him in camp and wondering like, well, him going up against our guys was like, man, is this guy? He's legit. And then obviously getting a chance to see him go and compete against some of these really good tackles, these long guys. I mean, you're talking 6'5", 6'6" guys. James is not the longest from arm standpoint and all, but he's a grit guy. He competes. He has a great first step. He's explosive. He's strong. And he's been invited to this HBCU Legacy All-Star game, which is huge for us and him. Get a chance to show his stuff in front of NFL scouts. So happy to have him as a player on our team. He leads in his own way, and just a really good dude. He's graduating and all that good stuff. So happy to have him as a part of our team.
And I know you talked about Gardner Webb when you're open, but they had 11 sacks against SEMO, so I know that's probably something that stood out to you. Just your thoughts on like what their defense has brought lately.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, man, saw that. I was like, Lawrence Taylor and who else played for them? Getting 11 sacks. But no, their defense flies around. Those ends are athletic. They bring pressure the right way. They're moving around on defense that can, cause some confusion there. So O-line guys got to be able to sort that stuff out. Communication has to be elite for our O-line guys and making calls and, and changing guys off. So 11 sacks, that's a lot. I mean, that's huge. And like I said, they have some really good football players there. Haynes and Marshall, Bryson, some of the guys that are leading in tackles there. Solid football players, and man, they run to the ball. And like I said, they do some stuff up front that can be a little bit confusing. So communication has to be elite for our guys.
Perfect. Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Best of luck this Saturday. We'll talk to you again next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.